Yeah, hip hop relates with my upbringing because, like I said, you had people talking on real issues, whether it was social issues or personal issues. People were talking about real things through hip hop. Basically, I grew up in Cabra, lodging in my grandfather's house. You know, we had a room between us in his house. We're always the freshest dressed kids in Cabra and all because all my mother and father did was work, you know, but at the same time we didn't have much. We didn't really have much at all. They were just walking every single day. Like I remember a couple of years straight where I didn't really see much of them. Only saw them at the weekends, and my auntie used to be minding us, and one day they came to collect us, and my auntie's brother was sitting on the couch beside us and he was goofing off. He was at the bed shooting up. So it was at that point where he said, you know, that's enough. We won't be leaving them around here anymore. So basically they moved up the branch, and it's the same thing, you know. We out the still works 13 hours a day, and to maintain what he has, and I think that definitely tie in with where I get my work ethic from, you know.
Just collect souls. I'm running out of time, hearing every single second tick. Make my route while the sun's out and scold you, man.
I can't really pinpoint the exact moment, but I definitely remember one of the earliest memories of it was going to town with my cousin, and she had bought me Tupac's greatest hits, which was the starting point for a lot of hip hop in this country.
Me and the boys were getting nostalgic, drinking bourbon shorts on Brico Road at the church's walls.
As I started to understand the lyrics a little bit more, like the likes of Brenda's Got a Baby, obviously things that were like really relevant to the area sort that we grew up in and things like that.
Voice the porch is raw and pure as form, and show them what the purpose was and put them on. We idolized them boys way back when they were forced to ball, watching them go from credit scams to insurance fraud, the jurors, courts and warrants from the murders.
Brother really murder the rap, you trying to do that. The ill kid and the $1 million bill kid, the one you looked at shit with, come on, keep a real kid. Don't try to act like the summer in the Greek. You won't be bumping the big Willie in your Jeep. That was his shit, man.
Them straight.
I would say I didn't choose hip hop, the sort that chose me. The way things landed into place, everything started to synchronise up into this point where it's beyond coincidence. You just find yourself doing things and landing in certain situations that you really don't seem to have a control over. But definitely hip hop, why I got into it in the first place was because, like I said, people were talking about real issues through the form of hip hop. It wasn't really being done in any other musical form. Apart from where there's folk stuff, the likes of Lil Kelly and the Wolf Tones and all, they all spoke about social issues through their music. Same way the likes of Nas and, you know, Tupac or whatever were doing in America, they were doing the same thing about over here, so they'd be big influences as well, you know. I felt like I hadn't really been done from a Dublin perspective. Obviously I heard the likes of Urban Intelligence then, and you know, they were doing it from a Dublin perspective exactly the way I felt that it should be done. You know, it was strictly Dublin.
You know what I'm saying? Them straight.
Basically the first album was more of a concept album, and I made a couple of tracks that I felt hadn't really been made in this country. Tracks dealing with different things. Obviously you had the likes of Urban Intelligence, and you have Costello and you have G.I. as well. But we all sort of on the same page with the hip hop, but the album was the first of its kind, more or less.
And some reprimanded to the slam of a hammer and cord, and all my philosophies to be apart. not be a part. Some head for me hard to ignore, but my reactions are wrong. Instead of walking it up, cracking the jaw. But then you get your valuables robbed. Then I'm answering calls at the crack of the dawn. There's someone saying payback is the cost. And even though I'm laughing it off, I should be wary when I see a shadow creeping on the passenger door. That's just being out straight.
Just being out straight. You know what I'm saying?
And then people's reactions are changing. Anybody that has anything bad to say about Irish hip hop, I'll challenge them to listen to what one of us has to say for 5 minutes. We'll spit as many verses in 5 minutes for it. And if they can honestly tell me with a straight face and be 100% genuine about it that they still have no respect for Irish hip hop, then it'll be either one or two things. Either they'll know that they're lying, or else they're just fucking hard to impress.
Dreams are possible, fuck the obstacles, let your mind flow with this philosophical.
We got a hip hop education and education in school because I felt that the hip hop education was more vital, you know what I mean? So the way we see it back in contrast, you know what I mean, with people who are studying for the legal cert or whatever, who was studying for the hip hop scholarship.
Best that's to spit the shit there to keep your head nodding. Young fellas be out scheming and plotting, doing robbings in the States to be downtrodden. Drug addicts are living rotten.
I personally started rapping very young, got into it, I was 11 or 12 from listening to Tupac, but
fuck around and life and end up caught in a bad cycle where the stress ain't stopping. Could be feeling suicidal, contemplating on laying in your coffin.
hip hop head regardless, whatever part of the world we would have been born in, I feel we would have been hip hop heads. And it just happens that we're all from Dublin. From Blanche and Finglas and Cowden, and scattered all over the Northside, you know what I mean? Most of us boys that we do it together with.
Pick the habit there, trust me, I'm capable, but it's harder to do when there's so much of the shit available. Speak with sincerity, only right with motivational. Take a seat.
Soon after, the Undertaker passed away and ended up beating party through that and all, a little dialect. And Willa Lee, of course, came along a bit after that. And it was just like all the boys. Love for this music, you know what I mean? We never really had friends coming up that had the same love and interest for this music, so it's like we definitely click together and have a lot of respect for each other, you know.
Music's a real influence, something that we got our hearts on doing. You be finding the world playing music, but we're using it as a method.
Really, the music, what we're coming with, that's a strong message in it, you know, like for the Dublin community, like the way things are going lately, and it has been for years, you know what I mean? We're the ones documenting it now, you know what I mean? Nobody's really done hip hop the way that we've done it, like as far as we see it, you know?
Never be a lousy bastard like that father of mine. These dark points can make it harder to shine, but to overcome the obstacle.
We're not out there to be saying like, oh yeah, we want to be famous, we want to be, you know what I mean, known all over. We'd rather get there gradually, you know what I mean, on an underground basis, you know? Because we do be up in the lab, you know what I mean? Getting the formulas right for this shit, you know, making sure that it's got that unique sound to it, you know what I mean?
Minds are filled from the narcotics, gone and disregarding the logic, not even giving a bollocks. Grabbing shanks out of the closet, won't be satisfied until somebody's blood's cashed up on it. Negativity spreads like the plague. Round here, people's lost like we some fucking rats in a maze. The youths and the braids carrying blades cause they're afraid someone will end up in a grave when a mistake's been made. It's reality what gives me the drive. Sit and analyse the similarities in all of our lives. The states of the dive, got depression up on the rise. While the world's economy rapidly declines, it's hard to dream when your hopes are deprived. Can't find heaven when a member of your family dies. This is just me narration through rhyme. Dedication for all of the teenagers robbed the life in our prime. We got the tragedies of our times, feeling horrified when we hear the brutality of the crimes. Got me searching the sky for the signs, Lord knows what I'm true.
Therefore, just trying to hammer away with this, slowly converting this city into a hip hop city. That's what the main objective is, you know.
fucking broke.
From Ballymoon, live in Shangan, but I hang around culture all my life. Down in the Costa with the boys. Haven't been out in a while though, because been getting off the Jacksons, so I've been staying in the gaff for a while, do you know what I mean? Because if I go out I know I'm gonna get stoned, but not by the weed, you know what I mean? The Jacksons, the tablets, and then I get the charge sheets, and then I'm mad and the stress again. People do tend to have a different attitude towards you when you tell them you're from Ballymoon, but not an awful lot. For example, the boys, you hear them talking, you think they're not having it in their head, but they have a lot to say, you know what I mean? They know what they're talking about as well. So, don't judge a book. Moral of the story. One day, I was stoned on tablets, and I met Dean, a fella called Dean Scuddy. Great man, helped me out, brought me into the access to a little group thing they were doing called Outstr8. Where I got all the kids together and everybody in Hollywood. Make them writing their own songs, singing, and like checking out tempo and all. Gib Buckley, he was there, Costello was there. For real, he came a few times. And then on the dad and so forth, party. And they start getting me into doing, like, instead of sitting on the blocks, they got me to start doing something with my mind instead of, like, they occupied me with music, which I love, and they got me into something doing I love, brought me to gigs, showed me what it's like, a great experience out of that. Yeah, that's how I started, that's when I met all the boys. Yeah, changed the life though, big time.
Ready?
Ready as ever.
Didn't I treat you right, girl? Then why the hell am I so confused? And I could never find the right words to describe my love for you.
I was 10 years old around the globe. She was seeing on all them yo. She was my soul with a smell flow. A concrete rose fell in love with a lady then, and so I chose to propose. A lady of voice, standards, respect had to be shown. I was writing her poems, no, there was a code to propose. Laying back with me eyes closed, she's taking control. Got the grades from hip hop college where she got me enrolled. Late nights we be sitting up deep in discussion. For real, that woman blessed me with her wisdom and judgment in the estate life. She was pushing me to be soon. Spitting words, jumping on the rhythm, just pushing. Gave me a boost of adrenaline. She's a beauty for definite. Tree of life, standing tall, all of her flutes have been elegant. That's why I put myself up in the genuine gentleman. She needs a real man to match her feminine intelligence.
Didn't I treat you right, girl? Then why the hell am I so confused? Yeah. And I could never find the right words to describe my love for you.
Sell her off to any waste, I'm on that shit and Taste was a mad flavor, then I think the apocalypse banging the 26 chambers. Music for split blazers, shit's been a lifesaver. Fuck the deal was piss makers, Jim's hitting them haymakers. Most MCs are telling that there ain't nothing greater than composers so fresh from only using pen and paper. Dreaming of the places we can take her. Just run down the country. Give him rip wet out here. We going inside, motherfuckers.
It's raining, it's all shit.
You fucking
Sorry. I didn't mean to make it laugh, I was trying to go with the video.
Hoping we get to be what we
hope to be, hopefully. Other than that kid, what we supposed to be. I asked them in a manner that touched them soulfully. Stared at the ground for a minute, smile calm, just like the ocean be. Replied, boy, to me, I think locally. Past the J, back into road.
Dropping bombs, lyrically sensitivity until infinity.
Where it's a fingless, where that grew up most. Like most of my life. When I was a baby, I lived in Ballymun in Salog Flats, and then moved to Finglas East, and lived in Masonettes. It's like just like one-story buildings and stuff like that. And moved up here. There, a lot of my family moved around the area as well. So it's mostly it's built up with council estates and stuff like that, and just normal estates as well. And it's well known for its fields and stuff like that, having wide open land. People more widely, like a wide interest in fucking in horses and all, you know what I mean, and other stuff like that. So the place is it's infamous for its crime rate and for its suicide rate and all, but it's a place like it's a hard place to live in, you know what I mean? A lot of people will tell you that. A lot of people from outside the area will tell you that rather than people from the area, because we're used to it and we become immune to a lot of shit. So, well, as I said, like a lot of people from the area are killed, everyone knows each other, and there's not too much like fucking beef anymore, whereas like, from when I was young, it's a state and a state across, and you used to have like a separation, and it was almost like a fucking gang. It was a gang, it was a family feud, but it was a gang, and a lot of people were murdered, and we seen as the excitement. And you'd often see like fucking, remember I was down here, just on this road down here, and a car pulled up, some jumped out, a handsaw, and they started fucking hacking into someone's arm and shit. Like, so we were shitting, because we always thought like, oh, we were seen over this side, we're gonna be killed by them, you know what I mean? When I make music, I make it mostly for the lads, like, just for that sort of buzz, you know what I mean? I think the fun of it is saying, why did he use that sort of context? Was he running out rhyme schemes, or was it something slick that he wanted to throw in, you know what I mean? And a lot of the time with Wu-Tang it was like that, it was just like using mad slang words and shit like that. And we have our own slang really, you know what I mean? So I think we don't really like try and fucking copy off the American fucking culture, and we just try and make the Dublin culture seem cool, so that more people start following it, picking up on it. I think I'm a flower, yeah, or flow. I'm starting to become more consciously aware and stuff like that. I think being around Paulie and Jim, like Costello and Lethal, like it's an inspiration as well. Like the two boys, Jim's like my big brother, he is, and as well he doesn't know, but he just be teaching me the things he does, and like he helped me out throughout the years and all, and a lot of stuff we've like, been together since we were about bleeding, since I was about 16 when I met Jim, about 17. So he's always been there, and he's always been like sort of coaching me on the way, like, because I always seen Jim, like when he hits you, he hits the nail on the head. Paulie's more like a fucking, he's mad analysis and shit, like just fucking, he has his own unique style, and no one really heard like someone come out like that before, and it's good because it's from the different areas. I'd never heard someone from Cabra really rapping until I heard Paul. Willa has a chat, he's mad. I think he's definitely the funniest out of a lot of us. Yeah, he's just a messing bastard. But he does, he keeps us all like buzzing and that, because a lot of the time we're all work bleeding. It's all work. So Willa has the buzz on. Plus the talent that he has, man, is unbelievable. Take a float with me, stoned, the odor was potency. Seen one of the boys and started conversing with him vocally. We were more into the anti-socially, ripping shit up uncontrollably, never soberly, unknown. We had probity and ambitions of unfolding diplomacies of elegant poetry, visions grow with me. Let me take it to the place where we mostly be. See, he was dispatched through disease, riddled ovaries, hopelessly clutching rosaries, walking phones, supposedly took a toke to spoke to me, blown smoke corrosively, spread out the flame and strode close to me. Police are they've now tolerance around for the youth around, and it's just straight up like fucking down the end of the nose, we're scum, like, or it could be just the clothes that we wear, like, that they'd have an attitude with you, and if you give it back, like, they see that as a problem, like, whereas you're giving me that attitude, like, all I'm doing is walking down the street, like, walks the way I'm dressed, that could stop you, you know what I mean? And then the act surprised when you're giving them back grief, and you're saying, you're then like stop me, asking me personal questions and stuff, getting out and searching me, like humiliating me on the road or whatever, you know what I mean? Making you look bad, making like fucking the society see it, something like that. It says hell is there globally, if you were stoned as we focus, we openly speak ferociously about the system that got us living atrociously, hoping we get to be what we hope to be, hopefully. Other than that, kid, what we supposed to be. I asked them in a manner that touched them soulfully, stirred at the ground for a minute, smile calm, just like the ocean peak.
Make some noise for GI21st! Yeah.
I'm gonna rock one of his verses because it's his birthday and you know, let's see it.
Yeah, us boys always do be talking about the change. We're saying what's the change, you know what I mean? People thought Obama coming in and America was gonna be a change, and people thought, you know what I mean? They're always deceived by what change could be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People that get so used to being oppressed that they have an attitude like, oh fuck it, just get on with it. And you notice that with a lot of people that they don't want to fight it even anymore.
Jingle bell, cock. Replication of the main jingle bells rock. Yo, smoke till I black out.
And there's more of us than there is armies and police. There's more people in the world than there is armies and police and government officials and fucking politicians, you know what I mean? So I don't see why people are intimidated.
We're getting to a place, just looking at chips and dress. This ain't kicking the door, this is we're kicking ahead. So let's shop and let's fucking listen instead. Yeah, we get whack bread cause we make small fights. You can go lick that back end and be ball right.
The change that we're on about was like an ultra positive change that can change the way that we live, basically, you know what I mean?
Same won't be so fucking crowded. Boy, they getting paid for the minute for the harvest. It's the same regardless. You make a raw meal when I raid an apartment, stain in your carpet and make it a party. But it isn't what you're thinking. When I say wait, I mean numbers made by the artists. See the music pieces as grimy as using is standard.
My change would be like changing people's perspectives on artist hip hop and actually taking it seriously, because a lot of people don't really take it seriously as a musical form.
Keep them on the open so you know they never sleep deep. I need them tweet bodies keep me teeth sweet, cause the street beef is never gonna decrease. For all the phony cronies who whacking look lonely homies who be rolling coney stony, they look holy moly, ring around the rosy. Pockets full of OGs, you don't know me or the lads that I'm with, that don't be getting bogey. Fingless in Maconi, the situation is ropey, dopey, dozy, you ain't the best, give me your fucking trophy. Fingless boy playing.
People can deceive themselves saying, oh yeah, this change is happening, whatever. Change ain't gonna happen till people make it happen as far as we see, so we're doing our part to make it happen, you know.
Ain't doing jack shit, chillin' on me 24's noise one for chillin', relaxing. I want people to wake up, like I heard for the change, not for the bleeding money, you know what I mean?
Well.
Them straight. Just be them straight. You know what I'm saying? Them straight. Just be them straight. You know what I'm saying?
To earn power and respect, you have to learn the power of respect. Or learn the word it's legal and fested, where dealers are vested. And keep a key ring for the deceased on the keys to the beamers and benches. To keep the spare keys in the engine and money counters in the press full of residue with powder if you check. Some have evil intentions, seeking attention. Love the feeling that they get being seen on a Lexus. That's the side scene with detectives. Spending hours at a desk, but the rest can't compete with expenses. It's illegal connects to poor field where the money counters kept. Or wind up being neglected. The boys have respect, but the power is suppressing all the